fans, Michael Matthew here with LA Sparks with the one and only DJ Tracy Trees. We are here for this afternoon game against Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky. Sold out game, the energy, you can feel it from day one. Feel like a playoff game.
It does.
And we haven't had that here for the Sparks in quite some bit. But DJ Tracy Trees, just how excited are you of this matchup with the Sky?
I'm so excited because after coming off a low energy game, you got to step up and play another big team with big energy. I'm excited to see how our Sparks respond tonight. It sounds like they're rejuvenated. They got some more gas in the tank, and I'm excited to see some physical basketball.
You see, I didn't want to mention no part of that last game because I already erased that out of my mind. It's something brand new, but hopefully with this game being so big here in the city of LA, with the brand of Angel Reese coming here, that these ladies are going to be ready to go from the jump. But they're dealing with so many injuries. It's like you ladies is not playing tonight, but there is Odyssey Sims, a nice addition to the team. What do you think she's going to bring to the Sparks?
Man, I love Odyssey Sims. She is one of the greatest 1v1. You know what? I'm just going to say it. She's the best 1v1 player out there because of how she plays.
Better than Enrique?
Better than Enrique.
Ooh.
Last year at AU Pro Hoops, man, she balled against Natasha Cloud and all them, led the team in scoring. She does a really great job of getting those buckets that are outside of plays. Coach Miller talks a lot about that during the season. You know, you need to have a player that you can rely on to get a bucket outside of a play. And I think betting on her, she might drop 30 tonight.
Man, she can be that closer, possibly the team are looking for. But I really like the fact that she can work with Zaya Cook. That Zaya can be around a vet who's been so successful. And I'm hoping that she can rub off in that way to help. But, you know, dealing with Angel Cordoza tonight, they're going to have to be great down low. What do you expect from not just Erica, because we expect double-doubles from her and to play well, but from Lee, Azare, Ray, some of the bodies that's going to have to handle Angel and that group down low?
I expect for them to go to war today. I know they already know the expectations that are set for them. They know that Angel Reese is one of the greatest rebounders in the game. Coach Miller said that himself. So we want to make sure we're getting those rebounds, but cleaning up our own boards as well. Let's talk about offensive and defensive rebounds. We're going to need to rebound on both sides tonight in order to win.
So you mentioned Coach. Of course, we always got you covered. Here's Coach Kurt Miller's pregame presser.
They knew. One thing. Kurt, I was told you have a mullet. You do not have a mullet.
I do have kind of a French haircut, but when you're over there that long, you do what you can.
Hi, Kurt. Obviously some news with the signing of Odyssey Sims. Could you explain what you were looking for and what she brings to the team?
Yeah. First, excited to have Odyssey. I've had an opportunity to coach her in Connecticut and know that she brings a dynamic offensive presence to us at the point guard position, a veteran that can run offenses, but also someone that can help us with our defensive presence and what we would like to try to accomplish these last 15 games of the season. So excited about the opportunity that she was available and her desire to join us and help the Sparks. So it was a move that we felt like we needed. Obviously, Ari did not respond in the break to the ankle injury that she has played with almost the entire season and been a warrior through it. But knowing that Ari's going to be out for the foreseeable future, we were, short-handed at the point guard position without Leja today. The timing was right to add a veteran point guard like Odyssey.
Coach, obviously the Sky are coming in first time they're here with Angel Reese. What problems does she pose to an offense trying to slow her down?
What does she pose to an offense?
I'm sorry. I mean, what does she pose in terms of the defensive situations? Her scoring and her ability to also get offensive rebounds.
Gotcha. First, Angel is a tremendous player and having a tremendous rookie season. What I see on film, this is the first time I'm coaching against her because I did not coach in that Chicago game at Chicago. That is, I use the word relentless. I love her energy. I love her motor. She doesn't stop. So, you know, we knew going in, coming out of college, that she's got great IQ. She's got a passion for this game. You know, so you have to match her motor and her energy first off. Talented offensive player, even more talented as the ball comes off the rim. And her ability to get them extra possessions and get her second or third opportunities is elite. You know, and I've coached some of the best offensive rebounders in the world, and someone like Jonquel Jones. And Angel Reese is already one of the elite rebounders in the world. So she poses that problem. But more than anything, she gives them, I think, a very much an identity of a team that competes, that fights, and that is passionate. And, you know, I personally love that in players that I coach.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned that you think Rakia should be more in this conversation regarding the rookies in this class. What do you want to see from her tonight to really make her shine?
Yeah, I think, you know, there's always an opportunity for her to step up. You know, we really depend on her ability to score the basketball. She has a unique ability to score at multiple levels. She can find. We don't have one of the differences between Chicago and us, if you let me, is that when plays break down, they have a lot of players that can go make individual plays, and it's not always beautifully executed. Rakia's one of our players that we depend on, that when plays break down and you just need players to go make plays, she can make plays. So within the offense, we have to play through her and get her touches, but also we depend on her in later shot clock situations, that she has to be able to go get some baskets for us and plays for us, because we don't have the amount of players that can, you know, break plays to make plays that Chicago roster has.
Hey, Coach, DJ from Infanity TV. In our last game, we talked about the energetic deficit, you know, that the team had. Today we're playing another physical, energetic team in the Chicago Sky. Can you just tell us what the feeling in the locker room is going into this matchup?
Yeah, I love the fact that it's Chicago, because I felt like we got out-hustled, out-toughed, out-coached, everything out of the break, and so disappointed with that. You know, a loss is one thing, but when you feel like you are coaching effort instead of strategy and adjustments, you know, that just wears on everybody, players, coach, and that you feel like you're begging for effort. So I think, you know, what a better opportunity to step up against a physical, relentless team like Chicago. So I'm excited to see where our compete level is tonight. I'm excited to see, you know, how we respond to a disappointing night, and especially in front of the type of crowd that we're going to have tonight.
As far as De'Erica and the lawsuit goes, I respect there's probably not much you can say, but how are you guys supporting her in this moment?
Yeah, just that, and you know, for sure, like just supporting. I absolutely believe, you know, De'Erica is one of the greatest humans I've been around, an incredible mother, has been nothing but tremendous since she arrived, playing all 40 games, coming off the birth of legend, and coming back from her second child quickly last year. And then this year, just the mindset that she has put the entire organization and Sparks in, and she spoke it into existence, that she wanted to be an all-star. She wanted to have a career year, and she came in better shape than last year, but it was the mindset. So just all, you know, been there. I've thoroughly enjoyed coaching De'Erica, but more than anything, I've thoroughly enjoyed her. And there is a tremendous support from the top down, and she knows that she has the support from me.
And then with the players' option to opt out of the CBA, I'm curious, just when it comes to an experience like she's having right now, how will that, do you think, impact changes that could potentially be made to the CBA going forward?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not going to speak on CBA matters. The league likes to find me. So, like, you know, like I'm going to leave the CBA negotiations up to the right people. But, you know, I'm excited about the direction and where we're at in our league. And I just, you know, someone that's been in the league now 10 years and where it's come from and where it continues to have the opportunity to go, I can't be more excited.
Coach, what does the team have to show you today that will let you know that they've, heard, embraced, and taken in all of the messaging and all of the time spent yesterday about, the energy, the effort, all of the things that went wrong at the Liberty, but knowing that you can right all of that right now against the Sky?
Yeah, I want us to go out and be ourselves. I want us to go out and be what we've tried to be this year. We can't control the amount of injuries and illness that we continue to endure, and the adversity that we've had to go through this year with all of that. But control what we can control, and we can control our effort, we can control our energy, we can control the camaraderie that we have as a unit that we've worked really hard to establish. So, I'm looking at that. Wins and losses take care of themselves. We aren't making excuses. No one feels sorry for us with the amount of people we have in street clothes every game. What we can do is play hard, and if we get these 20,000 fans in attendance tonight excited about our effort and our energy, we're just going to continue to fill this building, as we continue to build and get back to where we all want to be.
Coach, tonight's game, is going to be a very physical game with their front line there. So I'm expecting, Lee to get some good minutes. With her experience there with the Olympics, in which ways have you seen her kind of grow from that Olympics play to now?
Yeah, you're really excited with the way Lee led China. She just had a tremendous Olympics and was really excited for her. And as you've seen, it's remarkable to watch these first few games out of the gate and what the Olympians are doing, because I swear none of us know where the hell we are. They're doing it on fumes, but they are in game shape. They are in game ready, even though we're all a little leery and our bodies aren't on the right time clock. It's remarkable what the Olympians are doing. And so Lee was disappointed with herself, and in the great mode that she is, and you guys don't know her like we do, like she was apologizing profusely that she wants to play better than she did the other night. So I'm excited. I think it's a great opportunity to match up with Camilla tonight, and we're going to need her physicality. We're going to need her presence. With only 3 true post players going against this tremendous rookie post tandem, we're going to need all 3 of them to play well and try to stay out of foul trouble tonight.
Coach, knowing how relentless Angel Reese is, what's your message to De'Erica in hopes of quelling, if not, limiting Angel's effectiveness on the offensive glass?
Yeah, I think the scouting report's in. I think she understands what, where Angel can be successful. The interesting thing is we play both ends, and so Angel's got to guard her motor also, and the year that De'Erica's having. And you could argue De'Erica, if we were winning as a team, would be mentioned as a top 5 player in this league right now. That's how good a year she's had. So it's going to be motor on motor, different types of skill sets, but you're going to have 2 of the best motors going against each other tonight. So it should be a good game.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
So we're back. We just heard from Coach. You can tell he has a brand new energy for today's game. He knows how big this is going to be, because not only the matchup, but this is one of the teams ahead of them when it comes to trying to maybe creep into the playoffs. So he knows how important this game is. Which player this afternoon do you expect to step up and step out to try to help the Sparks pick up this victory?
I'm putting all my money on Rakia Jackson. She constantly shows up in big moments against big opponents.
Yeah.
She plays well against the Las Vegas Aces. If you're going to show up and play against one of the greatest players like Asia Wilson down low tonight, I'm thinking she's going to help fuel her team to get them past. I'm saying 18, 20 points from Rakia tonight just because of the last game. She a winner. She don't like to lose. I think she's going to step up and go above and beyond.
And I believe that she really likes this matchup against Angel, one of the big rookie stars in this league, along with Caitlin Clark, that she's going to try to show out. But I'm going to go somewhere different. I believe De'Erica is going to do what she's going to do. I believe Azarae is going to do what she's supposed to do. I believe that Lee is going to help out the bigs and do some things when it comes to dealing with the big body of the Chicago Sky. So she's someone to look out for. She might can chip in an 8 to 10 point game with about 4 to 5 rebounds because the Sky like to play a little slower pace and things like that, so it's going to give her an opportunity. But I'm excited. DJ is clearly excited. The arena is already bumping, and it is not even full all the way yet. So it's going to be a great game. Of course, we got you covered for everything with the post game. So, all right, we'll see you guys then.
What's going on, LA Sparks Weekly? It's DJ Treacy Trees, and I'm here with the one and only Rakia Jackson. Rakia, we got a lot to say about our favorite rookie, which is you here. Can you talk about what it's like to play against some other rookies that they have been, ranking so far in the season?
Yeah, I think it's pretty amazing. I feel like the draft class has been putting on, and I feel like we've just been doing good, handling our business well on and off the court.
And the last game in the press conference, you talked about the energy being low. You always come with the vibes, so let the fans know what the vibes are today.
The vibes are great. They're great.
All right, and we got a matchup against a very physical Chicago Sky. What are you looking forward to in this matchup tonight?
Winning. We just got to be physical back, and we got to keep them off the glass. They're a really great offensive rebounding team, so we limit that and do what we do, and I feel like we come out here with a win.
And final question, the team has been having some hardship, but I love the fact that you have a very resilient attitude. Can you talk about how that's reflected in your with your teammates?
Yeah, I feel like, it's next man up mentality. I feel like, the unfortunate things that's happening with the team, but, we have to keep going. At the end of the day, we're going to continue to stick together, whether someone new come in, whether someone doesn't. I feel like we've just really been handling that well, and I'm proud of our team for that.
Thank you so much. LA Sparks Weekly fans, you already know who I got my money on for the Rookie of the Year race. Rakia Jackson, thanks so much and have a great game, girl.
Yo, what's up, LA Sparks fans? Michael Matthew here with LA Sparks Weekly. I'm here with the one and only Lee. So, Lee, you were able to get some great experience there in the Olympics. How was that for you?
That's interesting for me, and you know, we can join the Olympic Games. For us is really important. For China, it's very important. But we have some, mistake. So we didn't get a good score, but we try to play more hard, and we try to get another chance.
You were able to put together some, big time performances there. How has the Olympics been able to help you get better for the rest of the season?
Give me more, trust. Give me more believe myself, and I believe I can play more better, and I believe I can play more harder to help my team. So I'm still starting now, and still try to learn something, and try to be a more good player. Yeah.
So you're able to play with someone like De'Erica, who's an all-star player. How have you been able to learn from De'Erica ways to be, great in the WNBA?
Yeah, De'Erica is a really good player, and she's a star. And I try to learn more, like how to be a good player, be a good singer, and she's a good leader. So I think I can learn a lot of things from her. Yeah.
And tonight's matchup, you guys are playing against Chicago Sky and Angel Reese, who's very physical down low. How are you going to be able to help this team try to pick up a victory tonight?
Yeah, this game is a really big game, and they are really stronger team, and they have a lot of good things, like they have a lot of good rebound, good fast break, and really attack. So I think we prepare for them, and we will show them we can with them fight together. Yeah.
And final question, with the rest of the season here, what are some personal goals that you have for yourself the rest of the season?
I think a lot of person. Yeah, for me is here have a lot of good player, best player in here. So for me, I cannot say who's only the person. I think every player I can follow them and try to study with them and learn a lot of good things with them. Yeah.
Hey, so Michael Matthew with a great Lee. Hey, thank you guys so much.
your liberty. Scan the QR code on the video board for ticket information. You can also get your tickets right now at LASports.com.
What's up, LA Sparks fans? Michael Matthew here with LA Sparks Weekly with the one and only DJ Tracy Treese. As it looked like the Sparks was going to pick up a nice victory this Saturday afternoon, but they come up short 90-86 against the Angel Reese-led Chicago Sky. The building was jumping.
Yes.
It was an exciting game until the end. The fourth quarter didn't go as planned, and the Sparks come up short. DJ, what was your thoughts on tonight's game?
Tonight's game was very interesting for me because I sat on the visitor side, y'all. I was over there with the ops. So they was already, I was heavy in the trenches, right? It was silent the whole game. But like Michael said, that fourth quarter, they started to light up because they knew that the game was getting away from the Sparks. It was just a couple missed plays, just a couple defensive stops that I thought could have been made that would have actually gave us the end. And then once the ending came, if we had got a three-pointer and a foul, we would have been in the overtime, y'all. So that's really what it was.
A lot of stuff just didn't go right. They lose the fourth quarter, 26-12. Like I stepped out of my seat to go visit some friends. By the time I came back, they went from up 12 to down 1, and I was like, here we go again. You know, but you know, you're going to hear Coach, he's going to mention some things that, you know, we're playing with 2 point guards who don't really know our system, who had to lead us, even though Crystal Dangerfield gave them a really good game,
solid game,
did her thing. But then you had Odyssey Sims, who we talked about at the beginning, who had to try to figure some things out there. What was your thoughts on their play?
Tonight, Crystal Dangerfield did an amazing job. We had an opportunity to talk to her later after the game. I think she's, since she's had a couple of those 7-day contracts, she's getting used to the Sparks playbook. She talked a lot about how Coach Miller is getting her more acclimated to the squad. Wonderful. Odyssey Sims, I think she did her job the best she could do. She got here at 2 a.m. I think Coach Miller used her more defensively tonight than offensively. She only had a couple points, but there were some stops because she can be very physical. She had a lot of, like 3 fouls, I believe, where she was just stopping the ball from getting up and down the court, and that's what you want to see from a hardship player.
And her being out there, she played 16 minutes, like she just got to the team. It's clearly something that's going on between Zaya Cook.
We might have to make some T-shirts. Where is Zaya Cook? Like, what's happening?
Because we have to figure out what's going on there. 0 minutes for her with 2 players who weren't with the team at the beginning. But, you know, the Sky did a really great job of taking away the Sparks' best player. De'Erica finished with 7 points. 9 rebounds.
She was battling in the paint.
She was 2 for 8. Those big bodies kind of made it hard for her. Should we have expected more from De'Erica? Was there something that she could have done better?
No, I think actually De'Erica working on Cardoza and working on Reese was the job. That is the assignment because, like Coach said, there was like 5 people in the paint at one time. So you want to see somebody like De'Erica Hamby to just minimize that. I'm a little disappointed with Zaya Cook's minutes. We want to see the chef in the kitchen. I mean, to be quite honest, and that's just where I'm at. I really ain't never called for nothing like that at the end of it. But really, that's what we want to see because she's been around for a couple years. We know that she can be physical. She's fast and aggressive, very similar to Carter.
When she gets some confidence on, she can do some things. So the question becomes, like I've been saying since the beginning, are you rebuilding or are you trying to win games? It's something that we're trying to figure out. But we got Coach, we got Crystal Dangerfield, we got Rakia Jackson that was there with us in the post-game presser.
Kind of a tale of 2 stories. Like, really proud of our step back up to compete and fight after a disappointing game against New York. With that said, disappointing start in the fourth quarter when it's winning time, and I just felt like, again, it comes down to that toughness the game was going to be in paint tonight and their physicality. I think they out-rebounded us by 11 in the fourth quarter alone. Obviously outscored us by 14, so it became you know, that physicality that we were fearful of all night. Could we answer that? So disappointed for that locker room because, again, proud that they responded to the challenge of how we played against New York, and for much of the game thought that we were accomplishing what we wanted to accomplish.
Coach, you know, they kind of did a really good job to try to take away De'Erica. What things did you see from them that helped them do so?
Yeah, they had most of the night 5 people with a foot in the paint or both feet in the paint. It was a very congested paint for us. That's why you see our 3-point attempts higher than we typically have, which we needed to do. would have liked to shot a little bit better from the three-point line, but the driving lanes and the spacing was difficult with the way they guard and congest the lane.
What did you see from Odyssey, and what kind of gave you the confidence to give her so many minutes today, and what kind of impact did she have? I mean, she played a bunch down the stretch.
Yeah, as you know, that position is, we are playing our starting point guard and our backup point guard are hardship players. Odyssey doesn't know one play call that we have. You know, we've tried real quickly to get her up to speed, but she's a pro. And I knew she could defend and she could facilitate regardless of schematically. Obviously, we had to keep it very generic and very simple. When she arrived last night at 2 a.m., she's only going to know so much. So, but she's a pro, and knew what potentially she could give us. And I've coached Odyssey before and have confidence in her. But, you know, we're at the highest level of women's basketball, and thankful Crystal's been, really, really a pleasant surprise for us on being able to step into a difficult situation on hardships, and now as the starting point guard. And Odyssey, who arrived in LA and got to the hotel at 2 a.m., had to play that many minutes. I just give these guys credit. That's the adversity that we are trying to handle, and it's remarkable what this group is continuing to try to do and stay positive through all the adversity that we continue to endure.
Coach, today was another gritty performance by the team, and still, with about 7 minutes to go, the team managed to squander another lead. What's the root cause of the team's inability to close?
Yeah, again, we have to, when it gets really tough and gritty, like you mentioned that word, we have to execute on the offensive end. We've got to be a unit to get stops. Everyone's going to talk about that, but I want to talk about how we did play in a tough situation. Again, we have our 2 point guards at the highest level don't know our playbook, and we're competing as best as we can.
Coach, when the team has 5 players in double figures before the end of the third quarter, that's usually a good sign. What do you feel like happened in the fourth quarter where you weren't able to hold that lead and win this game?
Yeah, I think, it goes back to we need to get stops to be able at times to play in transition. We played off of made baskets or dead ball situations a lot in the majority of the fourth quarter. So it takes out the whole element of playing fast and trying to score your offense before defenses get set. They were much more effective in the fourth quarter because they were playing off of made baskets and playing off of dead balls. So then that comes down to offensive execution with our playbook really shrunk. We got to step up and make some plays. We executed tonight within what we tried to do to a lot of open shots. And while we had a night where we, were flirting with 90 points, we missed a lot of capable open shots that this group is definitely capable of making.
Last question. Coach, just 12 points from the Sparks in that fourth quarter. What were the biggest challenges? You've mentioned already the guard play and just the hardship contracts kind of being an issue. Do you feel like with the points in the paint was a big differential? Obviously, that's what the Sky love to do. They love to score inside. What was the biggest difference to you in the first 3 quarters compared to the fourth with the way they were able to kind of, get those points in the basket and the Sparks were unable to kind of hold on there?
Yeah, I think it's what we've talked about. I mean, there's no one thing. I thought there was a concerted effort in the fourth quarter to isolate Lindsay Allen off the dribble to get in the paint. There was isolation for Michaela Anuele off the dribble, and they certainly threw the ball a lot to Camilla. And I thought that her size and strength gave Azare difficulties. And so then you try to counter and you play the small lineup and they have to guard us at the other end. So then you start searching, but then you're a little bit smaller on the boards. And again, they dominated us on the glass by double figures in the fourth quarter.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, sir.
Rakia, this one is for you. So you guys have a quick turnaround, obviously with a game like today. I know you always say the next game, but is it difficult to really process, okay, now we've got to pull out in 30 minutes, and now we've got to go face the Las Vegas Aces. How are you guys processing it and coming together as a team and lifting each other up?
Yeah, just got to have a quick forgetful memory. Like, you just got to move on to the next and just keep pushing, honestly. It's honestly hard. People don't speak about it, but it's just like, losing and then going to go play one of the best teams in the league is something that's hard, but I feel like we're up for the challenge, and we're going to continue to work on the things we need to work on.
Hey, Raquel, another question for you. Just talking about this moment, you guys able to play against Angel Reese, Cardoza, two players that was in one of the better drafts that we've seen in a while for the WNBA. Just what was that moment like for you out there, and just the energy that the crowd was able to bring in such a big game?
I feel like it was just another game, but as for our crowd and stuff, I feel like they were amazing. I just love that they continue to come out and support us. They just show up for us, and I just love them so much, and I just ask that y'all continue to support us. We're going to keep working hard for y'all, and, we're very grateful to have y'all.
For both of you, it seemed like in the fourth quarter there, when Chicago went on their run, that, they just weren't able to respond to that. That's kind of when the game changed. I guess, what did you see at the beginning of the fourth quarter that kind of changed there?
Their physicality level definitely just went up. We weren't able to match that off rip. I think once we got a timeout, we kind of settled in and were able to match that run. But once the team gets started like that and winning time, it's hard to stop.
My question's for Dangerfield. You had, I think, your best game so far with the Sparks, 11 points, 6 assists in your first start with the team. How did it feel being there with the main squad, especially getting off to that good start during the first quarter?
It feels good. Anytime, we're getting to play basketball for a living. We get paid to play basketball, so anytime we get out on the court, I'm grateful for it. And this is a good group. We have an opportunity to bounce back, and we had an opportunity today to bounce back from the showing the other night, and I think that we're on the right track for the rest of the second half of the season.
Hey y'all, DJ from Infanity TV. Either one of you can answer this question, but Coach came in here and talked about points in the paint because Chicago likes to score that way. Can you talk a little bit about the physicality of points in the paint versus the three-point attempts, because we needed to score a little bit more from the three-point line? What was it like making that adjustment real time?
Real time is tough, but we know that they were a paid team. They don't have very many three-point shooters. Rachel got hot today. But other than that, we knew that they were going to pound it inside. Guards getting inside with Kennedy, Allen, all of them. Offensive rebounds off free throws, offensive rebounds off of just missed shots. That's their game plan. And I don't remember what he said. I think we got out-rebounded in the fourth quarter. So we weren't able to answer that bell. But we have an opportunity to do that because Las Vegas can do the same thing.
Thanks.
Crystal, when you first came, we talked about how you've already played for half the team in this league. And on a 7-day, what is it like to start in a game when Coach Miller is telling us that both of his point guards that were active are still learning this playbook?
Just understanding, like, you as a player, I think is going to help you anywhere you go, whatever situation, and then fill in the gaps from there. It is a pretty big playbook, but he does a good job of doing play calls where it's going to get us into successful positions for us personally and then as a team.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
So we're back. We just heard from Coach. We just heard from the players. And they understood. Like, this is a game that we should have took care of, because now we have to go travel right after the game to Las Vegas to get prepared to play the Aces. But you had some positives, like you had Kia Nurse who finally showed up and did some things. I was a game early. I said last game that it would be the one. Today she did some things. Stephanie Talbot showed why she's worked her roster spot with the stuff that she was able to do. Rakia continuing to develop. They're doing some. You saw some positives out there, but a game like this, you don't want to let go. And we sometimes, you as media members, fans, you get tired of the same thing over and over again when you have a lead. And you there in the fourth quarter and you come up short, it's like, I don't know who it is. Is it the coaching? Do the players really have to look at themselves in the mirror? Because they have to figure out, when you have an advantage like they did going into the fourth, it's no way that you come up short in a game like this with this type of crowd, with this type of energy, with this type of focus. You got Kyrie in the building, DJ Mustard in the building, you know, Chris Paul in the building. People here to give you a chance to, hey, let's pick up a win in front of these eyes, and you come up short, that's a problem they have to fix. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts on that is, you know, coming off of that New York Liberty game, I'm just glad it was competitive. It was a great basketball game to watch. It's a Saturday afternoon. It does feel like the one that got away. I think it'll continue to feel like that. But I could ask for more, but it was a good enough game, in my opinion. We knew it was going to be tough to beat Chicago because of the physicality. Luckily, Angel Reese didn't go off for no double-double crazy, nothing like
she
that.
Had a double-double.
She had a double-double?
She had 14 and 11, so she did her part.
See, okay, she just snuck in and got another little 11 on me.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm just glad it was competitive and that we're showing that spark again. And I believe, like you said, that's the positive. That's the one positive I would say.
Listen, hopefully we see that continued fight. No more losing by, 30 points.
20.
They continue to fight because this is a rebuild.
Yeah.
That's, I know we talked playoffs in our round table, but that's we trying to get a ladies' hope. We know they be tuning in.
And also, I believe that. I want y'all to believe. I didn't know all of this unknown stuff was going to happen. Leisure is out. We got another hardship player. We got a lot of things that have just been missing. Starting the other game with 9 players is tough. So being behind the ball and then telling what you expect over and over and over again, it seems like we saying the same thing, but the pieces keep moving around us.
Yeah,
So
and it's tough. So Kurt Miller and that group is doing their best, but they got to get prepared for the Aces. Before we leave this game, player of the games, I'm going to start with me. Mine is going to be Kia Nurse. Like I said, she bounced back after the last game. I thought she was going to come out and do some good things coming from the Olympic break after playing for Canada, but it wasn't that game. It was today. 16 points. What was she? 2 for 5 from 3, 6 for 7 from the free throw line. She did a lot of good things, led the team in scoring. That's my player of the game. Who you got, DJ?
My player of the game, I'm going to give it to Crystal Dangerfield. You got to be a certain kind of beast to not really know the plays and be sitting on these 7 days and be unknown. I don't know what your living situation is. I couldn't imagine being no 7-day player. So coming out and competing against a team that's as physical as Chicago and doing as well as she did today and providing assists and just overall building up the player morale. She was also in the press conference. So you gotta love players that step up and rise to the occasion. So Crystal Dangerfield, shouts out to you. Bang bang. Thank you.
11.6 assists for Crystal. But hey, Sparks fans, they're back at it tomorrow. They got the defending champs. They're gonna be in Las Vegas. They have beaten the Aces this
Two
season.
times. Not one, but 2 times.
So maybe, just maybe, they can make it 3. But from Mike Hill, DJ, LA Sparks Weekly, we catch you guys later.